Right, I think we're live. I'll put the link below. All right, well, we are live. I just wanted to quickly come on. I haven't been able to. Huh, YouTube and Rumble. But can I pin it? I'm gonna try one more time. It might just be because it wasn't loaded yet. None will be on there twice. Am I on Facebook? I only put it on. Okay, there we go. Okay, so it posted now, but I don't know if that pins it or not. Yes, it does. Okay, good. Well, hello. We are live. I'm Tom Mills with IS Racer. And the first thing I want to do is I put in the top, if you could subscribe. We're trying to get to a monetized level. So hopefully even next year we can go to more stuff, including NASCAR, IndyCar, USAC, Silver Crown. I'm trying to go to the Silver Crown race the 20th. So trying to add that, but it would help if I also didn't have to work full time too. So I'm trying to get to the where YouTube would allow it to monetize. But also, if you're on Rumble, please follow. And if you're on Facebook and you could subscribe, all those wonderful things, it'd be grateful. And thank you guys so much for all your support. It's really grown on YouTube. Facebook's always been great, and I've appreciated Facebook. I'm trying to do a better job. I also might do a live later on with X because I've been trying to add stuff. It's just me doing it for the most part, so all the bells and whistles that take some time. So I thought I'd mention that first as we get started. But I just wanted to do a quick live here and hope you guys are having a wonderful day so far. Uh, the really big news is the announcement today and I don't know if it was today or last night, but Kyle Larson, well, 2 days ago, Kyle Larson will not be doing the attempt for the which I had a feeling this month of May, it was a different vibe. It felt like from the McLaren team and between NASCAR, IndyCar, and McLaren didn't have the same feel that it did last year. And I think NASCAR was more supportive last year. IndyCar was more supportive. They both wanted it, but once that magic of the first year of doing a double has been done forever, benefiting NASCAR, benefiting IndyCar. They both made it a pain for both with the whole waiver situation in the NASCAR side and IndyCar not making it as easy for McLaren to put Tony Kanaan in the car to replace or a substitute driver. They had to do all these extra things. And if Kyle Larson started the race, he's the only one who can finish the race, which I thought was a bunch of baloney. I mean, this has been the people you see on the Indy 500 Borg Warner Trophy that were two were because you had a driver who started it and a driver who relieved it. So there's no precedent of only one driver finishes. Most of the time, that's what it is. Most of the drivers want to finish. Most of the drivers don't have some reason to back out anymore. But IndyCar, I think, shot themselves in the foot. NASCAR shot themselves because of the waiver thing. Like, well, we'll have to think about it. They granted him it last year, but I don't think Hendrick Motorsports and Kyle Larson wanted to jeopardize their NASCAR championship for a one-off deal for the 500. And it felt like this year that it was kind of being forced. I know he wants to do it, but I don't think he wants to do the double again. So I'm a little upset that it happened. You almost knew it was going to happen because I love it. I would love to see more IndyCar drivers do NASCAR. Like you have Connor Daly doing the lower levels and Marco Andretti doing the lower levels. I'd love to see a bigger crossover between the two and any of the series, really. It's great seeing other drivers from other series, and it kind of makes it unique and special. That's why I really liked Tony Stewart's racing that he had a few years ago, where they had a local driver race in it. They had IndyCar, NASCAR, NHRA. It was a great combination. You don't see that a lot anymore, And it feels like NASCAR's done better, which I will give NASCAR credit. They have done a better job opening it up for other series to allow their drivers in. Like Elliott would not have made the field if it wasn't for NASCAR this year in the Daytona 500. Uh, Scott or not Scott Dixon. Uh, they've allowed it so Shane Van Gisbergen really probably would not have been in had it not been for NASCAR allowing him to come over to do the one-off race. I don't remember if there's a waiver exemption or not, but they've been much more gracious in recent years. And that's why it was kind of odd that they were a little tougher on Kyle Larson with this. But I also wasn't exactly happy with the IndyCar side of it to make them having to jump through hoops. It's not like you can't find a driver to run that car. There are plenty of drivers out there. Tony Kanaan would have done it. But to go through and do all these seat checks and all sorts of extra steps, and if Kyle Larson started the race, he would have to finish it, or they finish wherever it was at. I think it really deters someone else from doing it. That being said, do you think that Kyle Busch might be the next one to try the double? I know in a podcast he did with Denny Hamlin, they were talking about how uh, he had everything signed sealed. Joe Gibbs said no. He had everything signed sealed. Then McLaren, then McLaren wanted him to buy the car, and then McLaren wanted him to do a 2-year deal because they had Larson on the side as well. So could we see Kyle Busch possibly do the double next? I mean, I think it would be a great opportunity for Richard Childress and uh, all those guys, and it'd be nice to see a double again. And honestly, it'd be nice to see some IndyCar drivers uh, go out there and uh, have a shot at it. Like, it would be cool to see Scott Dixon run. Will Power, I think, said something in a podcast this week that he'd be interested in running some NASCAR races, preferably, I think, the ovals. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Will we see Kyle Busch run the double? Will we see someone run the double next year? Or is this just going to be a fad, and then maybe in about 10 years they might try something else again? Because it seems like it's been about every 20 or so years. And I hope there's more options for this, but the way that the current environments are in racing, I think they make it really hard for the drivers to, which is really sad because I think it'd be really cool on NASCAR off season weekend to see someone. I'm just going to run the road course there and see what happens. Be cool to see on an IndyCar off season thing, just Newgarden run, maybe Talladega. I don't know, but the way that they have it set up, I think they're both hurting each other. They want to be separate and superior instead of everyone working together. So hopefully we see some changes with that. But unfortunately, it looks like Kyle Busch's time with doing the double, or not Kyle Busch, I'm sorry, Kyle Larson's time doing the double are basically over for now. I doubt it. I don't see it in the foreseeable future. That's what they loves the atmosphere of the 500. However, whoops, why did that do that? However, the logistics of running them are too complex, especially NASCAR putting a bigger emphasis on the waiver policy. The 5 car may attempt the 500 again, but it won't be in the 2026 season or foreseeable future. And that's the end of the article. So it's really sad. I was really hoping that they might do something, but maybe McLaren has something else up their sleeve because now, I mean, there's an open spot. And I also there's a bunch of different scenarios, and there's also the Will Power scenario. If Will Power doesn't run full time for NASCAR next year, is he going to do just the 500? There might be a few drivers in there that we might have another one-off program, and who knows, maybe Cusack Motorsports might pick up another. They've been doing strong at the 500 the last few years, doing with the one-off. So I don't think anything's out of the question yet, but it's a little bit of a bummer because Kyle Larson is a once-in-a-lifetime talent, and to see him have to go away and not do that, it really hurts. So, and the other thing I wanted to talk about this morning, anyways, I wanted to try doing this in the morning. I know I didn't announce it, but I thought this would be fun to do. And be sure again, also, if you could subscribe. share, follow. But mainly, if you could, I'm really trying to push to get monetized on YouTube. It would really help, and maybe I can get to go to a few more races in like St. Petersburg, and I'm trying to go to the Dallas race. I need to get to 1,000. So if you guys could do that, that would be awesome. I know I've got the views for it. It's just the subscribers, and it'll get there. But thank you guys all for your support again. But Scott Dixon won at Mid Ohio and did a phenomenal job racing. And Alex Plo had a huge mistake. Originally, when I thought it might have been on purpose because as a favor back to Scott Dixon for what he did at Road America, staying out and helping him secure the fuel for the to win at Road America. But no, that was just a pure. He made a mistake going through the line, and he almost came back to beat Scott Dixon. But it was really great to see Scott Dixon win another race. There's 21 straight years, and I guess I should have typed this ahead of time. But who uh, is the last driver to win or to race the number 9 car for in IndyCar? And IndyCar, I'm not counting Champ Car. I didn't look that up, that stat. There might be a Champ Car driver while Scott Dixon was doing it. But who was the last number 9 driver? Because it's been 21 years of winning. He was the 44 car. I'll give a hint. He was the 44 car in 2022, and or not 2002. Wow, it's just that long ago. 2002. He was the 44 car for Ganassi before he moved over to the 9. So who was it? Let me know in the comments below. But yeah, this is win number. I believe it was 59th career win. I don't know if it says in this article. I believe it's the 59th. And I think if Pelot didn't have that bobble, obviously I don't think he would have lost that race. I actually put a poll on YouTube and I think Twitter who would win the race, and I said, was it Alex Pelot or anyone else in the field? Because I mean, it was pretty impressive, and he won the poll, and it looked pretty strong. But Scott Dixon, I think this is his 8th Mid Ohio win. If not, it was his 7th. He knows how to get around this track, so congratulations to him. And it'll be interesting to see what happens this year, the rest of the year, with Chip Ganassi Racing and Scott Dixon. He has 1 year left. Will he be back next year? I mean, this is something that we have to look at. There's a lot of factors. Uh, could he decide to step away this year? I mean, he's been doing it for 21 years. I don't think you'd step away all the way, but could that happen? Uh, Let us know in the comments below. But yeah, it was a fantastic win. Now they go to Iowa for the doubleheader, and I'm hoping they sold more tickets. They currently were not doing very hot. With the last time I checked, I believe it was last Thursday, they only sold 1,800. So that's not very good. So hopefully there's more. I heard it's gonna be a hot weekend, but drivers love it. It's a fun track. I think you might see more with Connor Daly. Uh, Hopefully, in Juncos Hollinger, they've been very strong. And I'm curious to see what happens with the Penskes. They've been struggling. So hopefully we'll get some great racing there. And I might do a live tonight. But thank you guys all for watching. If you could like and subscribe, that would be great. And I'll see you guys